it on and see if you like working out to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
All right.
Because it might be a fun experience. You might find yourself laughing as you're trying to put up those huge numbers, trying to hit that, maximize those pec reps, you know. But
I might find myself saying, pound stone. I'm going to pound this iron. I'm going to pound this fucking set, son.
That was good, bro.
Thanks, man. And you're starving. I mean, I know you love it. It's, I think, a given for you.
I am. It's a 5 on its best day.
Right.
It's a 4 on its worst day.
Okay.
And I'd say it averages out to a 4.5. Because sometimes they'll bring on panelists that just don't work. But it never drags the show down that much.
Well, let me ask
you
you
usually
this.
are quiet.
Because you hadn't, of course, listened to the Aaron Sorkin episode when you ordered Doug, screamed at Doug that he had to listen to this a week ago.
Commanded him.
So you had no idea whether it was going to be good or not. In your opinion, are both the episodes we listened to 5-star episodes?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so
Especially because, and we didn't really talk about George Clinton. George Clinton is uproariously hilarious.
Yeah, he was great in his interview.
So funny.
So funny.
And so I'd say anybody, you can go to the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me website and they'll break down the different segments. And you can listen to just his 10 minutes long on the website.
That's how I listened to it. I didn't listen to it on YouTube.
There is a button where you can listen to the full episode,
Right.
but they play it piece by piece.
Yes.
And so you can listen to just the George Clinton episode and he is so sharp and funny and fast.
Absolutely.
Which I was really impressed
easily
by.
been a panelist.
I really enjoyed him.
And I'm a person who, when I'm playing the show, I like answering the questions correctly. So the end of the show is a lightning round where they ask news of the week and you have to fill in the blank. And I really like being able to answer those correctly. And then hearing the wild stories because each time they play, whatever the last question is, Peter will tell the whole story of whatever it is. Like, a man found himself inside of a Togo's late at night looking for a blank on a Tuesday morning, and then he'll answer the question and it's always so great, and I really like answering those questions. And so on the best days, it's a 5. And because they put out 50 episodes a year, I'd say 35 of them are 5 stars. And then, some are kind of in between. And then especially if the news is very sad, then you're just being reminded of how sad your life is.
Of course.
Here in beautiful America.
All right. So entertaining and interactive.
That's right.
For Doug. Brenda, you've had a whole adult life listening to this. We know you love it. Doug, you've only had 2 episodes. What'd you think?
So my experience is 2 episodes deep.
Right.
But as I've said, I did really enjoy it. I could see myself adding this to like a podcast playlist of ones that I do want to, be reminded that the new episode's out. Hey, make sure you listen to it. And it's funny because now, like right now, as I've mentioned before, in the past, I have a 3-minute commute to work.
Right.
And that is about to change.
Sure.
So potentially spending more time in the car, I could easily see myself listening to this as opposed to nothing is really talk radio in the morning unless you go to, I guess, NPR or the AM channels.
Sure.
But I usually listen to, I listen to probably K-Rock the most out of all stations. But I listen to Jack FM, I listen whatever, and it's just music based and some interviews. And I could see where this would be a nice alternative to that.
Absolutely.
So I would give it just based on these 2 episodes, a solid 4.
Excellent.
For sure. For me.
Fantastic. This is a win in my book.
I agree.
Absolutely. Well, boys, I can think of no greater way to honor the man who provided this week's intro to the show. And again, what a treat, I got to say.
Bill
just
Kurtis.
to be in the presence, the
incredible.
golden
glad
voice.
I didn't tackle him. That's
yes,
all.
I am.
I am too.
Doug, I am too. That would have been so embarrassing.
I would have missed his limerick. So one of the things we didn't talk about, he does a limerick.
He does,
round
yes.
every game show,
and I like that a lot.
It's
And
called Listener Limerick Challenge.
Yes,
yeah,
and you have to answer the final rhyming word at the end of the limerick, and it's always great. And thank goodness for Bill Kurtis giving us those limericks.
Well, guys, we're going to honor him in the only way that I know how, which is having made a game focused on him.
Excellent.
And I have to tell you, as I was researching Bill Kurtis for this game, Bill Kurtis, again, the kind of golden-voiced, ubiquitous sound of NPR. This is a man in all over public radio and documentaries and TV. He's been everywhere. What a fascinating life this guy's led.
Interesting. I don't know that much about him.
Oh, we're going to find out exactly how much you know about him. We're going to find out how much both of you know because, of course, Brandon, as always, when you make a game, I get to play. I've made a game, you get to play. But before we get into this game, if I know our listeners and we have fewer and fewer of them, and it may be because of the segment, Brandon, please give us the theme song for Wait, Wait, Don't Bill Me.
I can't afford to buy any clothes, so I'm running around naked.
All right. Well, folks, you
told me
if you don't want to hear any more of these,
that you'd be willing to tell me ahead of time
you
what
can
the title of
just
the game is going to be,
write
so I can
in
at least prep a little bit.
and let us know. If there's any segments, segments you don't want to hear, you just let us know.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to do it, and yet I don't seem to have a say.
Yes, that's correct. All right.
How about you're going to get Bill Kurtis trivia for free? It's Wait, Wait, Don't Bill Me. There you go. Short, sweet. It's
you
jingly.
got a chance to prep because
I
you
really
knew what
didn't.
the name of the game was.
I swear on my life,
I didn't know what the name of the game was
now.
until now.
But you know what, Brandon? Forget it. Hey guys, it's Wait, Wait, Don't Bill Me. Our first version, but possibly not our last. I think everyone's going to enjoy this. Question number 1. Bill Kurtis' voice provides the introduction to albums by each of the following bands, except NWA, the Dandy Warhols, Father John Misty.
Bizarre.
I mean, it seems like NWA would be a good choice, but then again, they were so great at sampling stuff.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And
it's a good thing. And again, Doug is on the mark, and I should remind you, because this always screws people up, we're looking for the one artist among these three for whom Bill Kurtis did not provide an intro.
I'm going to go with Dandy Warhols.
Okay, so you're saying was not on a Dandy Warhol.
Right,
correct.
That is what I'm saying.
And I know that Bill Kurtis was a longtime newsman, and so maybe it was sampled from some news story.
Sure, yeah.
So I think NWA is out for that
You're
as well.
thinking something like race related or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Dandy Warhols are famously from Portland, Oregon.
Yep.
Which means that they don't listen to the news.
True. Also true.
So I'm going to go with Dandy Warhols.
All right. Well, it shows that you guys don't know shit about NWA or the Dandy Warhols, because the answer is Father John Misty. It is true that a sample was used for NWA, and they just straight brought Bill Kurtis into the studio.
No kidding.
Courtney Taylor told him, hey, this will be funny, say this. And he records the intro, I think, I want to say the 5th album, which is
that's wild.
We got that
Warlords
right,
of
though.
Mars.
We both said that he was on a NWA.
Right, no, you had to pick,
no.
and I
But it
even
wasn't
went out of
on,
my way to say,
which
now,
was-
let me just remind our contestants that what they're looking for is the one artist for whom he did not provide. Right.
Right. And Brandon and I both say he did say that he did provide for NWA.
No.
The answer would have been Father John. I needed
The answer
to
was
hear
Father
those
John
words.
Misty.
Yeah, well,
No,
which
I
you
get that we
said.
got it wrong.
Okay.
I get
But
that
we got it right at the same
I'm just
time.
saying
Sure,
for NWA, we
sure.
got it right. For the correct answer to the question, we got it wrong.
Correct. You were at
So,
least
hey.
right going, hey, I could see them sampling something. You're absolutely right. All right, boys. Question number 2. Hey, that was fun. Question number 2. Bill Kurtis has yet to receive which of the following journalistic or media awards?
Okay.
A Peabody, an American Radio Award, an Emmy, a Will Rogers Medallion Award.
Okay, so he's definitely gotten the Will Rogers Medallion Award because he wears it around his neck every time that they record
Okay, so you've seen
the
him with it.
podcast.
Sure.
Shoot.
He's the kind of guy that can pull it off. You're broad-chested like a Bill Kurtis,
A lot
baby.
of people don't know. He dresses like Graham Parsons. He's like full Western regalia.
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
incredible.
Or like Will Rogers.
Or like the prime aficionado
Yeah.
of Western society.
Guys, any guess as to which of these is not one?
I think I'm going to guess that he has won an Emmy. I'm going to guess he has won a radio award. So what was the first
American
one?
Radio-
The
a
Peabody.
Peabody.
I don't think that he's won the Will Rogers. I think he's won the first 3. I don't think the Will Rogers Award exists.
So you think he's won a Peabody, American Radio Award, and an Emmy?
Correct.
Got it. Doug, which of these has he not yet received? Because I say not yet, because he's probably
going to get it.
Get it eventually, yeah.
So I have no idea if there is a Will Rogers Award.
Probably.
I'm torn about Peabody, but I also don't know. I couldn't name anybody else who's actually won one, so that doesn't say a lot.
What do you think the Peabody is in recognition of, Doug?
I thought it was for written journalism.
Okay. But not tiny little green men? A pea body.
Having a body like a pea.
gotcha.
Oh, you're such a
Wow.
literalist, Brandon. Hey,
So
I hate to cut off Brandon's
Right, the
razor
humor,
sharp
yeah.
humor, but
I know,
hey,
just
Doug,
throw
which
me.
of these is we're moving on in a
we are
timely
moving
manner?
on. And okay, I'm gonna say, although I'm sure I'm wrong, I'm gonna say he hasn't won an Emmy.
Well, it turns out that Bill Kurtis is a straight fucking badass, guys, because he's won a Peabody, an American Radio Award, an Emmy. The only one he hasn't yet won is a Will Rogers Medallion Award. So that means, Brandon, you got that right.
Yes.
Guys, question number
So that's
3.
a real award.
Yes, it is a real award.
And he hasn't won it. So if you're listening, Will Rogers, people,
Right, whoever
get
makes
your
that
shit
decision.
together.
Yes. Guys, number 3. Bill Kurtis is the narrative voice featured in how many documentaries?
Yikes.
A, 100. B, 500. C, 1,000. D, 3,000.
How old is this dude?
He's in
Bill
his
Kurtis
70s
was
or 80s.
born in, I want to say, 41.
Did you say 300 was one of the choices?
It wasn't.
No,
no,
100, 1,000.
500, 1,000, 3,000.
I'm gonna go with 3,000.
Okay.
I'm
that's
gonna go-
that's a fuck ton.
I'm going to say 500.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are both wrong.
Oh, wow.
And
5,000.
it's still a huge number. It's 1,000.
1,000. I imagine
Wait,
it's.
Was that one of the options?
Yes, it was.
I really need to listen.
No, you really do, Doug.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
I'm worried about Doug.
Guys,
Has he been concussed
it
a
was-
lot
I
in
mean,
his youth?
It didn't happen after he arrived tonight, but I don't know what he did this weekend. Guys, number 4. In which branch of the U.S. military did Bill Kurtis serve?
Oh.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
Not the Coast Guard?
Not that I could have thrown that in
Could
there.
have thrown that in there.
So that's a freebie right there, guys.
The funnest branch, I'd say.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
Coast Guard.
The Puddle Pirates.
I'm gonna say.
And by the way, no offense meant to our any of our listeners who are coach. You
brave
guys, you're doing great work. I'm just
servicemen.
joking with you.
I'm
And
gonna
we do.
say
We all
that,
thank you for your service.
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
100%. All of the branches of the military very distinguished.
Sure.
I'm just gonna throw it out there and say that Marine. I feel like I don't know. That's the one that's jumping out to me.
Okay.
See, it's strange because I think that he did talk about his time in the service, and I don't remember. I think maybe he was an Army journalist, but maybe I'm pulling that out of my hat.
That's the
Okay.
only thing though. I'm thinking journalist. Maybe for Army makes sense, but I don't know.
Right.
For some reason, I just feel like Marine. Like maybe this dude was a
A
badass.
true badass, right? All right,
badass.
Brandon, your call.
No, I'm going to say Army. I'm going to stick with Army.
All right, you're the only one who has it completely wrong. This was a trick
Excellent.
question. He was both a Marine, Doug. You got
Oh,
that
wow.
right,
And?
Naval Reserve.
Wow.
because he is a fucking badass.
Yeah,
dude.
it's impressive.
Yeah, Bill Kurtis is an amazing guy. Guys, number 5. Bill Kurtis inherited which? Let's try that again. Hey guys, number 5. Bill Kurtis inherited. See, I wish I had the golden voice of the man who provided this week's intro. Bill Kurtis inherited which of the following culturally significant items? A. Kit, the car from Knight Rider. B. The house from Little House on the Prairie. C. Andy Griffith's Mayberry badge. D. The original Tonight Show desk, Carson era.
Ooh. Do you want to go first?
I'm going to go with Carson era desk.
It's a very good guess.
That's
I mean, it makes
my
sense,
guess.
right? Okay.
I could see that being the right answer. Other than that, I believe that desk is like on display somewhere.
Okay.
The
So I'm
Smithsonian,
going-
perhaps?
And I
Maybe,
just want to give you a little help on this. Any of these items, while inherited by Bill Kurtis,
could
could
still
still
be
have
on
been
display.
given to a museum to display.
Right.
Valid point. But I'm still going to go with the Andy Griffith's badge.
Nice. You are yet again both wrong.
Oh, wow.
Both great guesses, which is why I included them.
Wait, so
These
it's
were
either Little
definitely-
House on the Prairie house,
right,
or Kit.
or Kit, the car from Knight Rider.
Ooh. Now that we've got it at 50-50.
Okay, yeah,
Wait,
you guys want to
okay.
go a little lightning round 50-50 quick. Brandon,
Here,
which
Kit
one?
car.
Kit car,
Okay,
Doug.
wait. But is it the house from the TV show or the actual house from the 1800s?
It's the house from the 1800s, the actual home.
Okay, I'm going with Kit.
You are
Again,
yet
both
again
wrong?
both wrong.
So it's definitely the house.
Bill
John's
Kurtis-
the house.
Bill Kurtis and his sister both inherited the original house. It has been deemed a state
Culturally,
landmark, a cultural
yeah,
landmark, right,
significant.
by the state of Kansas. And I want to say the schoolhouse that I think was
Okay.
run by his great-grandmother,
Okay.
are both now museums. for the
Interesting.
state. Yes. Guys, number 6. Which of the following gastronomic-themed companies was started by Bill Kurtis? and still run to this day as far as I know. A,
How ambitious.
Kurtis Wineries offering 3 varietals of organic California wine. B, Ball and Biscuit Cakes featuring organic cakes and pastries for online order and in store in 5 East